We continue to explore the secrets or miracles of the Quran. In this section, I will try to show you another mathematical and geographical miracle. The Quran is a sacred book that contains thousands or even millions of secrets. I try to understand what it wants to convey by reading each part several times. While reading the verses, an ayah that caught everyone's attention also caught mine, but I wanted to examine it from a different perspective. Within the Quran, there is a chapter called Surah Ar-Rum. It announces the Byzantine Empire's defeat by the Persians and the subsequent victory of the Byzantines. This is especially mentioned in verse 3. This event was used to boost the morale of Muslims and to emphasize Allah's absolute sovereignty over everything. The fact that the verses were revealed before the mentioned battle and that the event occurred as described in the verse is presented as evidence of the Quran's divine nature. It is a valid observation, however, this is also a separate miracle. Here, I want to focus on a different topic mentioned. Surah Ar-Rum is the 30th chapter of the Quran. I am focusing on the third verse of this surah. The meaning of the third verse is as follows: at the lowest point. After their defeat, they will soon be victorious. In Arabic, the term adna is generally used to mean near or closest. This term is used to express that something is closer or lower in relation to something else. The meaning of the word is clear, and any attempts to manipulate it are in vain. The verse emphasizes that it refers to the lowest point on earth. The lake mentioned here is the Dead Sea. It is located in the Middle East, between Jordan and Palestine. It is also known as the Dead Sea. It is recognized as the lowest point on the Earth's surface. It has an approximate surface area of 605 square kilometers, though water levels can vary. It is one of the saltiest lakes in the world, with a salinity level of around 30%. This high concentration of salt makes living conditions in the lake quite challenging, and it is generally uninhabitable for aquatic life such as fish. After these brief pieces of information, let's look at the symbolic and mathematical decoding of the verse. What is important for us is the section at the beginning of the verse. That is, we will examine the place mentioned as the lowest point on earth, written as Phi Adnal Ard. Symbolically, we see that the letters F and Y are adjacent. The letter F is a circular shape with a dot on it, which seems to represent the earth at the moment. The letter F next to the Y indicates the lowest point on earth, while the Y letter next to it signifies a lower level below the surface. The two dots under the Y indicate that this lower level consists of a dual level, meaning there is an area with two depths or depressions. The third letter of the verse is the letter Aleph. This letter indicates that a measurement of a vertical direction downwards will be given. The fourth letter is the letter D, which shows the shape of the first level, i.e. sea level. The fifth and sixth letters, like the first and second letters, are given as adjacent. The letters N and Y are given together. Looking at the shape, the Y resembles the lakebed on the flat surface of the N. In summary, the fourth, fifth, and sixth letters represent the expanded form of the depression mentioned in the first and second letters at the beginning of the verse. We identify that the seventh, eighth, and ninth letters are given for a numerical code, which we will examine later. The 10th letter is R, and the 11th letter is Dat. If you recall, we defined the Dat letter as a celestial body or planet with seas and lands and a satellite orbiting it. Symbolically, what is being conveyed is that the R letter, which is shaped like a bow, has the Dat letter in front of it, suggesting an indentation or something beneath the surface of the earth. This interpretation is supported by the fact that the 7th, 8th, and 9th letters, immediately following the R, seem to be trying to enter beneath the earth. So why is this the case? The secret lies here. The 7th letter is Alif, or A, the 8th letter is L, and the 9th letter is again Alif, or A. In short, it is Alif Lam Alif, or ALA. Let's examine the calculations I have found here. The Dead Sea has two levels. The first level is the distance from the Mediterranean Sea to the shore of the lake, and the second level is the distance from the lake's shore to its deepest point. As shown in the diagram, the distance from the Mediterranean, or sea level, to the bottom of the Dead Sea is 789 meters. Although many sources provide different figures, the actual distance is 789 meters. You can verify this if you investigate. Now, let's review the sequences given with the letters A, L, and A. We will look at the letter sequencing coding method I used. When we look at our verse, let's analyze the adjacent letters. The section we are interested in consists of 11 letters. If we start counting from the right, as in the Arabic alphabet, the letter A is the 7th letter, the letter L is the 8th letter, and the letter A is the 9th letter. When we place these numbers next to each other, an interesting number emerges, 789. Now, one might say, what's the big deal? If you take the 7th, 8th, and 9th letters, you can already find the number 789. However, we will uncover another secret with the same letters. These secrets eliminate the possibility of coincidence with the same letters. Let's continue with the number 789. The distance from the Mediterranean Sea to the bottom of the Dead Sea is 789 meters, as we mentioned. Now, let's move to the next stage. Let's take another look at the same letters, A, L, and A, and examine the other coding. If you are following us, you would have seen the calculations we made using the Arabic alphabet. The coding is as follows: A is 1, B is 2, and it continues until Y, which is 28. Which letters do we have? A, L, and A. According to the alphabet coding, A is 1, L is 23, and the final A is also 1. Since A and L are used consecutively, we add their values together. 1 plus 23 is equal to 24. Now, let's place the data side by side. We have the numbers 24 and 1. Thus, it is written as 241, however, Arabs write numbers from right to left, so it is read as 421. The resulting number is quite interesting. As we see, it comes out as 421. This number is the distance between the shore of the Dead Sea and the sea level of the Mediterranean. Those who are not surprised by finding the number 789 should also be surprised that this number comes from the same letters. It is a deliberate touch too precise to be a coincidence.